Hello Leo, how are you guys doing? Are you well? I hope you're well today, guys. Those of you who are back, it's so nice to have you. If you are new to my channel, I'm High Priestess Elif, spiritual healer, spiritual life coach. I'm born gifted, so I'm a no tools medium. I intuit most of my message, but I actually channel most of my message. That's more correct, because I have spirit giving me messages, bringing me messages, showing me impressions, energy, and so forth, and it's my job to interpret it in a way that you would understand. So, Leo, we are looking at what's happening for you in love in the month of July. More specifically, I am focusing on the twin flames, those of you on a twin flame journey. So, if you've been led to this video and you are not on a twin flame journey, and you feel drawn to watch the video, then do so. Trust your intuition. Perhaps there is something here that you need to hear. Perhaps it'll resonate on some level. But keep in mind that it is for those on a twin flame journey, so not everything I say is going to make sense or to resonate. I'm giving a little bit of, I'm giving specific attention to those on a twin flame journey because it is a spiritual awakening, and I'm just wanting to give the twin flames more support at this time. I always ask that you take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition, and ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this message. In fact, I would recommend that you do that whenever you watch a reading. You know, especially if your desire is to progress. Sometimes we can get stuck watching tarot readings over and over, you know, it's like. And if that's what you feel like doing, that's okay too. You know, sometimes you're just in a space where you want to be stuck and you want to get lost in certain things for entertainment. And then you get past that phase. You know, it's important for you to be selective about your energy, because what you focus on, you will create. So if you are focusing on things that don't fit for you, you're going to manifest that, and then you'll say, yeah, that's how it was. Yeah, that's exactly what I saw in that reading. You have to trust your intuition, and your guides and keepers are always with you to help you. So make the most of that. Appreciate this divine guidance that you have access to. We are not alone, and it's not supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be easy. And if it is challenging, if you are suffering, it is because you are holding yourself apart from the truth. You are holding yourself apart from what you are supposed to be experiencing on some level. Now, Leo, we are going to take a look at what's happening in your energies with your counterpart individually, initially, and then we're going to see what is taking place for you, what we can expect for the twin flame, your dynamic during the month of July, because it is one journey. You are two people, two bodies, two minds, one soul. I'm feeling, all of a sudden, I'm feeling a great pressure on my left side. Divine Feminine, for those of you watching. When I refer to Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, I'm not referring to the gender in the relationship. I'm not referring to your gender. I'm referring to the energy that you embody in the relationship. So if you're on a twin flame journey, you will understand what I mean by this, because you have duality, so you have the positive and negative polarity. And the Divine Feminine is the positive polarity. It's normally the seeker, the person experiencing the awakening consciously, and the Divine Masculine experiences it unconsciously or subconsciously. There are some of you watching this that are not coping at the moment. I'm feeling an intense pressure on my left hand side. This, you feel as though this situation has blown you wide open and has triggered a lot of old trauma. It's as if you feel as though you've regressed and you've been dumped right back there in a lot of old trauma, and you're feeling the emotions and the pressure from it as if as if you're there. You're not there. You are not there. You need to stop looking back. You have to try and shift your perspective and your focus. Some of you are experiencing health issues because of this. You need to get help with it. It's affecting your health. It's affecting how you cope. It's affecting your capacity to process. And you are suffering. You need to get help with this. Because you do have a choice. You don't have to suffer. Okay? You don't have to stay there. That is not your reality. That's the past, and you need to stop looking back to the past. And at the moment it's compulsive for you because you've been doing it for so long. So that's why I'm saying get the help you need. Get the spiritual life coaching to help you to shift perspective, to help you to implement the tools, to help you to understand how and what's happening. Get the therapy, get the, the lymph drainage, get the massage therapies, get the alternative therapies. You know what works for you. Spirit says to me, you're not unfamiliar when it comes to this. You are terrified that, so this is the story you tell yourself because you've experienced such a trauma, and because of that, those experiences, you are broken. You are terrified that you will never be whole because you don't believe that after being broken in that way that you can possibly be fully repaired. And you believe that you are experiencing these terrible heartaches and this tragedies in relationships because of that, because you are unhealed. Beloved, there is a deeper truth to this. It is a false premise. It is not true. You are bigger than this. You are soul. And your soul is infinitely, eternally whole. It is just love. This is a soul journey. It's soul stuff. It's about going within, deep enough, far beyond the ego. Read, go back and read the books. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, A New Earth, The Celestine Prophecy. Get reading material about spiritual awakening. Go onto YouTube and watch those. Start binging on that. Start binging on that. And if what I'm saying to you resonates, please don't hesitate to contact me for a reading. It'll really benefit you to get coaching, to get, some healing and some coaching done. So But you know what's best for you. This is a very heavy, very, very heavy energy that I'm picking up. So to those of you Leos that I'm speaking to here, you don't have to continue suffering. Please, you need to get help. Okay? All right, let's see. Divine Masculine has been going through healing the childhood wounds, looking at gaining new perspective, looking at things through a magnifying glass. They've suffered a lot of loss as a result of these things, and they know that now. And there's been some traveling back in time, some Akashic record stuff that's also come to light. Okay. So it looks like the two of you have been mirroring a lot of this stuff, which makes sense, because that happens. Oh, I'm picking up a very, very, very wounded inner child here. But based on what I'm picking up from you guys, Leo, from the Leos that I'm speaking to, this left side, there's some alignment that needs to be done here. There's heavy inner child wounding there for you as well. You've been receiving guidance and messages about this. You have been receiving messages, dreams, and you've been receiving intuitive guidance about this. Your guides and keepers, the angels, have been communicating with you about this. Things have come up whilst you're watching television, or certain things pop up on your phone that relates to this. You've been receiving messages. You need to what you need to do is you need to take those messages and you need to now bring them into how you master your energy. It's time for things to shift. It's time for you to cut out these old things. The past is the past. Your sense of stability, your sense of home. Spirit says for some of you, it even affects your finances. You can see things are not what they used to be. Your sense of home. Okay. So I'm seeing abuse. I'm seeing trauma related to home, childhood home. And what you see ahead of you and what your person sees ahead of them is a mountain. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's a false premise. It's not real. It doesn't have to be this massive mountain that you've climbed. These things have happened years ago. They've been a part of your ongoing story because you keep carrying this. You keep the story alive. You have kept it alive because of the trauma. You keep it alive. It doesn't have to be kept alive. You see, when you read a book, even when you read a sequel, the story evolves. It doesn't stay the same. Yes, you remember the beginning. It's not to say that you just ignore it. But the story evolves, even in a book. The story evolves as you go through the chapters, as you progress through the chapters. Your story needs to evolve. You don't have to keep doing this to yourself. You're recycling these experiences. You're carrying it with you. You are more than this. You need to set yourself free, and you need to allow yourself to receive help to do that. Okay, there it lifts. Oh my goodness, that was agonizing. I just needed to get that message out. I actually thought I'm going to have to go and do a cleanse and go and rest or go and ground myself after this. That was terrible. Whoever this resonates with, you are suffering terribly and you really don't have to. Okay, so there's a lot of inner struggle. And what you guys don't know is it's ego stuff. It's attachment. It's attachment to the past. It's attachment to wounds. It's attachment to trauma. It's attachment to stress. It's not real. But you because your mind is so there are certain beliefs that you are so rooted in, you don't even see it. There needs to be a rewriting of that rule book. The data that you've stored needs to be reevaluated. Some of it needs to be deleted and replaced. Others just need to be adapted a little bit. There is a desire to move and to make things happen. But there's too much ego still going on here, guys. Too much inner conflict. The one part of you feels this way and the other part says no, but you can't feel that way because you know. And it's because this person said the right things, sometimes did the right things, but it seems that they lost interest. There is no doubt that there's been a triggering of healing here, and that's what was meant to happen. What's nice is that you guys are moving out of this defensive energy. And there is an opportunity for you guys to start working together on moving things forward. And on other projects also very possibly that you've spoken about working on before. I'm seeing that this person, your DM has, for some of you, your DM has shown up in their energy as being very charming, charismatic, and liking attention, and really enjoying receiving attention and allowing themselves to bask in it. So they've shown up as like a player. But there is a cycle closing here. However, your divine masculine still feels as though they're stuck because of their trauma and because of the losses that they've experienced, and they don't know if they can be more than this. And you can identify with that because you don't know if you'll ever be able to live a life free of these wounds, free of the trauma, the results of the trauma. But what Spirit wants me to say to you is you're bigger than this. And that you don't even know you've been creating your own reality. You don't like it. So it's easier to think that it's something outside of you or people outside of you that has been creating it. But it's not. It's you. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to surrender. Surrender old belief system, old paradigms. It's time for you to move forward, and you've got to completely release and surrender control to source. This is a time for healing. This month is a time for healing. Absolutely. Yeah. As much as you need to sit time aside and be patient with yourself for healing. You need to do that for your person, because you guys are at the same place. It looks different in the 3D, but it's the same thing ultimately. Ultimately, it is the same thing. What really needs to heal is belief systems and how you see yourself and your relationship with yourself, both of you. That's what needs to heal. But focusing in on these old wounds and keep going back to the past is not helping you. It's really not serving you. Because you're focusing on it so much and you're still identifying with it so much, and you're a different person now. And so is your divine masculine. Shadow work. There are certain truths that you are not willing to accept. You find yourself still only focusing on certain things because you identify with it so much. And there's more. You need to trust the voice of your soul. You need to trust the eye, your intuition, the eye of your soul. There's more. You feel as though your divine masculine wasn't serious about this and betrayed you terribly. And now you just don't know how the two of you will ever come together. But you see, once you establish stability within yourself and your relationship with yourself, it happens on a soul level. The same happens for your person. Then your divine masculine will finally feel that they are worthy of you because they can take care of you. Spirit says they know that you are the choice, but you came into their life and it felt as though their world, everything was highlighted, everything blew up for them. But you feel like home, you feel nurturing, and I've got the King and Queen of coins here. This is a grounded, I'm seeing that is what you guys are moving towards. Stable, grounded, abundant relationship that is solid, that you will feel safe in. And that's what both of you really are searching for. Leo, that is your message. Spirit says for some of you there is a work situation, somebody, a friend or a relationship at work that has been behaving differently, and you're not feeling so comfortable and you don't know if you can still trust them. You need to distance yourself a little bit from them. They're controlling. They have a tendency to be controlling and make things about them. When you do that, you'll see that you'll have more abundance flowing into your life and you'll be more productive at work as well. So that is your message. For those of you interested in a personal reading, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Do what is best for you. Take care of yourself. Do more of that soul stuff. Make it a part of your daily routine. Meditate. Read the material. Watch the videos. Go for walks in the park. Ground yourself. Walk bare feet on the grass. Be out in nature. And get the healing, and the coaching done. Because whatever you've been doing for the past few years, it's time to try something different. Okay? Love and light to you, and I wish you well. See you next time. Bye now.